Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video will be showing you guys some more Great League battles with this new heavy meta team, which includes Azumarill with Ice Beam and Hydro Pump. You guys will see the charge moves or the move sets on the right of the screen. We will be getting a 4-win with this team, and if you guys do enjoy, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the notifications on, and with that being said, let's get on with today's video. Alright guys, for the first round, my opponent's first Pokemon was a Weavile. As you guys saw there, Weavile was going to be doing not very effective damage against my Azumarill due to dark types being not very effective against fairy types and ice types being not very effective against water types. So because of that, my opponent did make a swap out into a Slowbro, so I did decide to make that swap out into my Stunfisk. I didn't instantly make that swap out into my G-Fisk because he could have had Water Gun that would have been very bad against my Stunfisk, but I did allow my Azumarill to be hit once, so then I would be able to see his fast move, which is actually Confusion, and Psychic types are not very effective against Steel types. So because of that, my G-Fisk does take out that Slowbro without any problems. My opponent's second Pokemon is a Golem. Golem is a rock and grass type Pokemon. So once I do finish this, I will be able to make that swap out into my Azumarill or to my Defense Form Deoxys. Defense Form Deoxys will be doing super effective damage against the Weavile, but he will also be taking super effective damage back because Dark types are super effective against Psychic types. But if this Rock Slide does go through on his Weavile, we will be doing super effective damage against him due to Rock types being super effective against Ice types. I do realize that we won't be able to get to that second Rock Slide, and I didn't want his Rock Slide to get a good farm down, so I did make that swap onto my Deoxys to do double super effective damage against him. Once again, fighting types are super effective against both Dark types and Ice types, so we are going to be doing double super effective damage. My Deoxys does take care of him quite easily. My opponent's final Pokemon is that Golem. We are going to be doing super effective damage once again, and because of that, it does allow us to win the first round. Good game to my opponent. For the second round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Granbull. Granbull is an only fairy type Pokemon, so both of us will be doing neutral damage, but I do know that Azumarill will win this one-on-one. I do know why Azumarill, G-Fisk, and Deoxys have been a part of basically all the season's metas because of this. Azumarill is a very tanky Pokemon with fast charging charge moves, and he does have access to plenty of fast moves as well. We did use that double move once again for Ice Beam and Hydro Pump, so that is very good. I did just have to throw in a shield here. He did actually take the Ice Beam hit, and I do have another Ice Beam charged up, so it is worth it because it does allow me to see his next Pokemon while also being allowed to throw in a charge move on one of his Pokemon. So my Ice Beam does charge up on his Lapras. I do hope to see a shield because I do want him to think that it is a play rough. And then I did decide to charge up to that Hydro Pump, but he does get to his Surf before I do. So my Azumarill does go down, and that still is fine. Both of us are down by one shield, and since he did make that swap out first, he won't be able to make a swap out into any other Pokemon to counter the Pokemon that I am going to swap out to due to that swap cooldown. So Deoxys, I did decide that Deoxys would be a perfect counter against him because of his bulk, and counter is going to be doing super effective damage against him due to fighting types being super effective against ice types. And since I do have Thunderbolts, I will also be doing super effective damage against him, but he does decide to make a swap out into Hypno, so that does allow my G-Fisk to come out, because since he does have a Psychic type fast move, Psychic types will be doing not very effective damage against Steel types, and because of that, it does allow us to win the second round. Good game to our opponent. For the third round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Medicham. Medicham is a fighting and psychic type Pokemon, and I do know that moves like Ice Punch and Dynamic Punch will be doing not very effective damage against my Azumarill due to his water and fairy types. So my Ice Beam does charge up. I do think that Hydro Pump will be able to one-shot him, but Ice Beam will also be doing a good amount of damage against him. So I did just have to throw in the Ice Beam. I do think that Playoff would be a better move for Azumarill, Bubble plus Playoff plus Hydro Pump, because there is a wider variety for Playoff to be doing a good amount of damage than Ice Beam. So as you guys see here, my opponent did make a swap out into a Alolan Raichu. I did throw in a shield there because I didn't know Alolan Raichu's movesets, which includes Wild Charge, Thunder Punch, and Grass Knot. And we are very close to getting that hard form. Then we did have to use a shield against that Alolan Raichu once again, but we did get a good amount of energy here. I did decide not to throw in a shield because we are very good health, so we will be able to survive a Grass Knot, probably doing neutral damage and getting us to half health, but that still is okay because he did try to go for a shield bait, throwing the psychic, and since I didn't throw in any shields, it did do not very effective damage, and we still are above half health. My opponent did make a swap out into that Medicham once again. He does have 0 shields left, I think, and he is going to be doing super effective damage with his fighting type moves, while his ice moves will be doing neutral. So because he did take out my G-Fisk, I did decide to make the swap out into my Azumarill once again and charge up to that Hydro Pump, because Hydro Pump will instantly faint him, I think, even if he did have max health, I think. So Dynamic Punch does go through, did not very effective damage. Hydro Pump does charge up. It is a water type charge move, and it is a very strong charge move. So Hydro Pump once again does go through because he does have 0 shields. It was very close to fainting him actually. If he was max health, he would have been in the red zone. And my opponent's final Pokemon is a Seismitoad. Seismitoad is a ground and water type Pokemon. Both Ice Beam and Hydro Pump will be doing neutral damage against him, so I do decide to go for the heavier attack and throw in the Hydro Pump. We did have an extra shield left, and I'm guessing if we didn't, we would have probably lost this round. But since we did, it did allow us to shield that Sludge Wave. Hydro Pump does charge up. It will be doing a lot of neutral damage once again. Because of that, it does allow us to win the third round. Good game to our opponent. For the fourth round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Magmar. Magmar is an only Fire-type Pokemon, so my Azumarill will be doing super effective damage against him with both his Bubble and his Hydro Pump. But since Hydro Pump takes very long to charge up to, I am just going to be throwing in those Ice Beams, and Ice Beam will be doing not very effective damage against him due to Ice types being not very effective against Fire types. But that still is okay.